You are about to listen to Only Fools and Collecting. A podcast for those who like a good moan about figure collecting and don't mind naughty words.
Right, Pete. We need to apologise for last week because apparently the audio was so shockingly bad until about halfway through that it put people off. Hopefully this week we're crystal clear and everyone can hear us absolutely great. We've got Toy Mafia in the chat, Andre, Zero Gravitas, Catherine. See, you lot are terrible because I'm awful with names, right? Absolutely awful. And I swear to God, this is just people we know making up names in the chat just to fuck me over. But we got Punisher XS.
And we've got the Facebook user. He's my favourite.
It was an awkward christening, but they got there in the end.
Yeah.
So we are back for yet another show. I've got a bit of a new setup, so I'm going to be looking all over the place because it's a little bit confusing. I've got a monitor. I sent Pete over a message before we came on saying, "Look at this, my monitor on a guitar stand because it has no bracket." So all fun and games. All right,
thanks,
loud and clear, perfect, excellent. Good, Thank you very, very much, Mr. KJ Smith. Right, so
welcome.
How are we all? Have you had a good week, Mr. Payne?
Yeah, not too bad. I've had to drag my sorry ass back to the office for a couple of days this week.
Painful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and I've got like over an hour each way. But I've managed to get it to just 2 days. So it's raining. So I can deal with that. So I do Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'm not back in again until the following Wednesday.
So I try. We've got a name for it now, but I try and work from home Mondays and Fridays, and that's called being a twat, because you work the Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Twat.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's very good.
So now, anytime anyone goes, "What days do you work?" everyone goes, "I'm a twat." Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Brilliant.
No one wants to do Fridays. I think our office doesn't even open on a Friday.
No, Fridays are quiet. Like I've got to go in Friday afternoon to look at stuff. But yeah, it's quiet. It's very, very quiet on a Friday, which is great. I get loads done. But yeah, very, very quiet. So
Danny Lee and Ryan, welcome chaps.
Fucking chat is on fire. We've only been on.
It is
5 minutes moaning about our work. Loads of you. Hello,
guys.
Let's
get into some fun stuff.
Yes, let's have a look at the awesome stuff we've picked up on this week.
New this fortnight.
But I should probably mention we do actually have sponsors.
Yeah.
So we're brought to you by Backdrops and Bases and What's Our Scrapyard. An amazing group of people that will do all kinds of stuff to your collection. None of it's sexual, but amazing nonetheless. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
gents.
just nice little custom pieces and things to just give your collection that little bit, little extra edge. So yeah, it's always good to have the guys in there. So new this fortnight. Quiet week for me after last fortnight, which is good because I can't afford to have a week like that every week. Ordered this is the Mandalorian. Was it TMS 031? A Shore Trooper from the Mandalorian. Bought on a bit of a whim. I kind of quite liked. I saw it was out in Hong Kong and ordered it from there. And it came in Tuesday. But as I said, I've then been in work Wednesday, Thursday, so I only really got a chance to unbox it tonight. It's great, really nice figure. But as I was saying to Ian, I think something's got to give. I've spent a lot of money recently, so he's up for sale. But it's quality figure, and so I haven't. If anyone's interested, probably better in the UK because obviously with international shipping, it's going to kind of ruin it. But if anyone's interested, drop me a PM. I've literally just opened the box up and just to check he's okay. But yeah, nice figure. Nice.
How tempted I am.
Yeah, the weathering on it's really nice, and it's cool. But it's an easy. It was always going to be an easy one if I decided to pass on it because obviously I haven't got any of the Mandalorian stuff yet. So we'll.
What you need?
I'll keep you posted, mate.
What you need is another Temple of Doom indie.
I
That's
have
what
got
you
one.
need. Yeah, but you want another one.
I'm
Another
working on
one
one.
would be good.
I'm working
Well,
on
you
one.
want a third. A third would be good because then we could just trade, and I could go, there you go, you have that, and I'll take the.
Oh, right.
I'll take
I
the
see.
Yeah.
You're trying to...
He gets it now.
got you
He gets
now.
it. Yeah.
Got you
Yeah.
now. So Danny
Yeah,
picked up
so,
the squad leader. Yeah, with the skirt.
Yeah, I'm tempted because I've been going trooper mad lately, but it's all clone troopers. And then when I was rejigging my collection, I was like, actually, I've got a New Hope stormtrooper, I've got the scout trooper from Mando, and then that's it. And then that is it.
He's having a
What about
laugh. Second
a third?
indie.
A
Fucking hell, I've
third,
got like
fourth, fifth.
14 of them, Rainer.
He's the only one buying all the indigo scopes. That's what it is.
Yeah,
He's got 30
yeah.
of them sitting there ready to go.
So, yeah,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Well, I'll have a think about that, mate. And I'll pass the baton over to you because you've had a cracking fortnight.
I've had a
last.
very, very good week. And this is a big thanks to this man here, Rainer. I tell you, if this man has anything for sale, just buy it. It's always in fucking amazing condition. So I'm going to start right to left in order of how much I love these. So I've wanted a Dooku for absolutely fucking ages. Like I wanted one for ages. It's a really basic figure, so I was very much like, it's alright, I'll pick one up at some point. Like, it's fine. And then
Prices.
unfortunately, yeah, fuck me. The price just shot up through the roof, and I was like, I've got no fucking chance. And then one day, just out of the blue, Rainer in the chat was like, anyone want one of these? I was like, yep.
You were on it like was it a tramp on a bag of chips?
Tramp on a bag of chips. I was all over it. I was like, Kerry Katona in Iceland, I'll have it. It's mine. I was fucking all over
Brilliant.
it. So I love this thing. It turned up Tuesday or Wednesday. Wednesday, I think it was. And it's fantastic. Like, the head sculpt is perfect.
Yeah.
I can't think of
It looks
anything.
great. And
yeah, there's nothing I'd change on it.
I
Normally,
can
I
imagine
rip things apart.
yeah, imagine it's even
This is
better
perfect.
in hand, that head sculpt. Like
It
the
is.
Tarkin one.
Yeah.
And I need to get one at some point because although I don't really collect the prequels, I've dabbled with it a little bit. I've got my Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, and I just feel like I should have a Christopher Lee sculpt because I've got what's his name, Peter Cushing,
Yeah.
Van Helsing, and it'd be good to have
Yeah.
Christopher Lee as as Dracula, kind of, but obviously with this head sculpt. So yeah, maybe at one point I'll get one as well. But yeah, I know what you mean about the prices; they were just getting stupid.
It was just getting insane. And the thing is about this is it's really simple, but it's really done well. Like, the cape is fantastic.
Oh, look at that!
That's
All
how,
over it,
That's how you
like
do a cape.
like a powerful moss, like it.
I like that one. Like a powerful moss. But yeah, everything about this is great. It's all just fantastic.
What
It's
are the-
fucking massive.
What sort of material are the boots? Are they like the pleather
Leather.
stuff?
So yeah, they're like the Han Solo ones.
Yeah.
So they're exactly the same as that. But I forgot how big he was. Like, he's on the same height as Vader because
He's tall. He's a tall guy, and yeah.
But yeah,
Oh wow,
by far,
excellent. No, he looks really
everything
good.
about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
yeah.
Do you
everything
get
about it's great.
You get it's got a light up arm and a standalone.
So the light up arm I've kept in the
Hilt.
box because I never turn them on. I never use them. But yeah,
No.
he comes with the light up arm and that. Accessory wise, he's really cool because he's got the Death Star plans.
Oh,
So
okay.
in the Clone Wars, he's handing it to the little aliens that are going to build it, and it's got a red hologram with it, so you can have him
cool. Yeah.
holding that. The other holograms are like Jango Fett, droid, and something else. Can't remember.
So he's got one of those like round projector things, is he? That.
Yeah, he's kind of shaped like a plectrum. It's like that.
Okay. Right.
So, but yeah, it's a fantastic figure. Like, the detail on it is spot on. So, Rainer, you're a fucking god among men.
Is it a
Absolutely
good
love it.
cape for a Hot Toys?
The cape is amazing. It's so much better than that piece of shit Lando cape.
Yeah, it's funny how they can nail it on some and just most of them are shit.
What I find really surprising is that it seems that any cape that's just an over the shoulder thing, they normally nail. because Kylo's is really good as well. But with Lando, they completely fucked it. But we get to that hot mess that is Lando at the end. But and then Rex finally arrived. By far, Hot Toys' best release of the year. I can't think of anything that there's nothing on this that I would change.
No.
It's really good. The little pouch is magnetised. The little holsters don't feel like they're going to come off. Like, he's a sturdy, solid figure. My only one complaint would probably be that they could have given you a crotch grabber as well as the bendy flight pole.
Oh, okay.
Because the bendy flight poles don't really work that well for troopers. Because you've got the magnetised backpack, the little grenade pouch thing at the very back. It just doesn't quite. The backpack then doesn't quite sit properly, and it's just not that great. But
no, I get what you mean. I
use those stands.
I haven't got him. I won't be getting him, but I have voted for him. I've nominated him as my figure of the year, just because I know the guys are saying it's nice if it's a figure that you own, but to be honest, I don't think there's a lot that I've got new this year. I mean, Lando, but he's not he's not a contender for figure of the year, and I think for that Rex,
could have been though. He
could have been. Yeah, but that Rex just looks quality, and the head sculpt is banging.
The weathering's great. The world lines on it that are on it are fantastic. The head sculpt is spot on. The helmet's great. The fact that you get the extra like Ahsoka helmet in there as well, so you've got lots of posing options with that. Yeah. He's got a couple of holograms himself. He's fantastic. The figure is absolutely spot on. Yeah. And if they use him as a template for some of the ARC troopers and just add a few bits, it's spot on. Zero gravitational. Yeah. So one of the photos I put one of the Watto's heads on. I really wish with Sideshow, when they do the Obi-Wan and Anakin, go down the route of doing a few clones, because that would be fantastic. So I'd take that Watto's head and put it on that all day long, because then all the proportions would be right, like the arms and legs. Yeah. But, so definitely my vote for figure of the year. Rex is just fantastic.
I think he's going to be a strong contender there.
Yeah, and then we got Lando, which is a real mixed bag for me. Yeah. I love the head sculpt. I don't even, when I haven't got the cape on, I don't feel the need to do anything. No. I think I got it and was like, okay, first thing I want to do is take the fat suit off. And then when I got it out, I was like, actually...
Oh, you didn't bother?
I'm not going to bother. It looked fine. Yeah. The cape is an absolute turd of a thing. I get it's accurate by having straps under the arms, but it's a fucking terrible idea for a figure. Yeah. So I taped down the collar with a bit of double-sided tape. That sorted that out like that. Yeah. Not a problem. Yeah. But the cape is like 3 sizes too big. So it doesn't hang properly. It just hangs out like a triangle. You can water treat it, but all I did with this was hung it over his shoulders, so didn't do the straps up, and then I've got a load of clips and clipped up all the back.
Yeah, because mine's clipped up at the back as well.
Way too much material on it. I think the head sculpt's fantastic. The accessories you get are good. There wasn't really a great deal you could really give him.
No.
Stuff like the wrist communicators are really good inclusion. Yeah. The little communicator thing is in my bits box. I'm fully expecting that to have already been lost because it's so fast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's fallen down in the cracks of time.
Yes, that fucker's long gone. But on the whole, I really like it, and I'm glad it kind of finishes off.
Exactly. It's a good figure.
The Empire show.
It's not an excellent figure, but it's a great figure. And obviously, you got to have Lando. I had the Sideshow one. I think it's funny because I sold the Sideshow one, and I had at one point I had them both on the table, and the missus was looking at them, and she was like, "I can see like the quality of all the clothing stuff is far superior on the Hot Toys one." But when you looked at them, although the sculpt was obviously too big and lacking in detail, I think the likeness was slightly better on the Sideshow. But obviously the realism of the Hot Toys one You know, I wouldn't have wanted to keep the Sideshow one, but it's kind of interesting to see that actually a lot of their sculpts back in the day were pretty good, but they are just lacking in detail, badly painted, and a little bit too big by sort of today's standards. So I'm happy to have upgraded him. He's kind of completed my Empire shelf in the fact that we've all obviously realised that we're probably never going to get the hand, so we've all kit bashed one. Yeah. So yeah, he was like the last piece of the jigsaw for that shelf, so that's good.
All I need now is a layer, and I'm happy with my Empire stuff. But layers.
Which one? What, a Hoth layer or the Bespin dress?
Either. To be fair, probably the Bespin dress is going to be
a lot cheaper.
Better.
And
it's going to be cheaper. Yeah, and it will fit in better.
You had Hoth, didn't you? But you
got rid of it when I dived into Return of the Jedi to get the Return of the Jedi layer. But now I'm at that point where actually my Return of the Jedi shelf has a Return of the Jedi hand, so I kind of need that layer.
Yeah.
To go.
Yeah, but I mean, that Hoth one goes for $350 all day long at the moment. It's
that's what I sold it for. I sold it for not much over $3. It is insane. The prices now are just insanity.
Yeah.
And then hopefully next week I should have a broken Stormtrooper for me to fuck about with.
Yep.
And hopefully, if he pulls his finger out, the Obi-Wan sculpt by Inigo.
Yeah, I saw the
10 days ago we're ready to post, and they're all lined up on the side. And I'm like,
I saw you put on there. Any news of when it's shipping then?
Yeah, like I know I feel like a dick because I don't have to keep chasing, but I'm like.
This is the problem, though. This is what it's always been like, and why we used to get fed up. And I know he's not using that guy anymore, but still, there's always these little hiccups and hold-ups, and it almost feels like if somebody doesn't give him a poke and say what's going on, that it just doesn't move. You know, because they should have been out and gone.
Every time he's been chased, then there's a post. Like it would just be nice if if they weren't ready to send, don't put a post up.
Yeah.
You know, so
it just seems like it never really goes that smoothly. But
no, but when it gets here, it'll be fantastic, and I love it.
Oh yeah,
but it just needs.
You're going to just literally drop everything, aren't you? And just paint that up. Straight away.
I mean, this is a public apologies to anyone I'm doing work for, but as soon as that Obi-Wan head turns up, that's what I'm working on.
Yeah,
I'm jumping straight on that. Cool. So
it does look really good.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. So let's move into
new this fortnight.
No. Add that one.
Hey?
New releases, please, sir. You did the new this fortnight.
Yes. Sorry.
New releases.
I told you, this new setup is fucking me up. I'm used to everyone being on a screen about that big, like a little laptop screen. Now everything's big and it's scary and I don't like it. But, yeah. Cool. So, we have The Flash. The CW Flash days for 185 quid from Toys by an Agent over in Hong Kong. It's still not out on Sideshow yet. Lots of people have been complaining about this, but it looks like the CW Flash to me.
Yeah. I think it's the two different colours are a bit jarring because I had the So Toys one for a little while when I had a sort of a custom Justice League because I was never really a fan of the actual the Justice League one. So I had this guy and it was all more of a maroony colour. So I can see what people. There's a bit of I don't know if that's correct that it's got those two like the maroon and then the bright red or
not. This is good. The Primark Speedster. Brilliant. That is fantastic. And a very kind offer here. If you guys ever need an Endor layer, I'll sell mine. I ended up buying a second layer with Wicket. Nice. Very nice.
It's a great figure. If you haven't got one. Yeah, really nice figure.
Yeah. But this Flash, to me, it doesn't offend me. It's I liked the CW Flash show for sort of 2-3 series, and then it started to get a little bit soap opera-y, and I just didn't really like it after that point. But the figure's fine, absolutely fine. Nothing really offends me. It's
I think it's just
stuff
kind of
people are getting out with, but
Yeah, it almost feels like it's a bit like it. You know, it obviously was announced however long ago, and it's just kind of like they've got to it in their release schedule, and they've just put it out, but to very little fanfare. I don't imagine it's going to be that popular. You know, mixed. It's kind of like, yeah, okay, move on. What's next?
It almost feels like an obligation.
Yeah, exactly.
Proper release.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's, very particularly cock a hoop about this. They're just kind of like, yeah, okay. And
it's one of those ones that when they announced it, there was a bit of hype about the show because I think they were doing that whole Crisis on
that's right,
Earths. And now kind of that's all been gone and past, and everyone's a bit like.
And it kind of looks to me a little bit like one of these £130 third-party figures. To be honest, it doesn't look like it's got that extra kind of Hot Toys quality to me.
And I think that's the problem is that the actual CW stuff looks like third-party figures. The actual show, the costumes always look like the budget version of the movie ones.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
In that respect, they probably recreated that quite well.
It's probably bang on, but
I mean, you could fudge this into your Justice League display if you have the Flash, because at the end of the Infinite Earths, you had both Barry Allens from the TV and film together. So you could potentially fudge it in, but I don't know who would want to.
No. So,
and then we have the Avengers Endgame Captain Marvel at 220 quid.
It's amazing. They're still releasing from Endgame. I think this is possibly the penultimate one. I think there's one left, maybe. I can't forget who it is now. So. There is somebody
at this point. Like I don't care. Like I'm done with Endgame. It was
like 4 years ago or something, wasn't it? 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Pre-pandemic.
Yeah. Exactly. Like I'm just done with it. I mean, it's a nice looking figure. It's probably the best Captain Marvel that we've had. I don't mind the head sculpt. I think it looks pretty good.
I stuck the one in the middle because that's kind of like the most unflattering kind of full on bright light on it, and obviously you could see there that obviously it's the use of the lighting obviously makes a big difference with these figures and adds a lot of the shadows and the lines in and stuff. So I think under proper lighting, it will look good, like in the photos on the sides.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, last one's battle damaged.
That's it. Yeah. And then I think they're done. It's crazy, isn't it? It's just because I suppose they just made so many figures from it that it's just taken.
Yeah, they did, and then we had all the COVID stuff, and then there's all the problems out in China with factories and stuff. So
they should have been out by now.
Yeah, I get why it's taken so long. It's
got to hurt sales though. I know that obviously people that pre-ordered it are kind of bought in, but nobody's going to want to go. Oh, actually, I really want this.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for Hot Toys because I think they do all right, but.
I think they'll weather the storm on this one.
Yeah, but it's obviously has messed up their kind of production schedule a bit, and that's why people are getting burnt because they're getting like 3, 4, 5 figures being released and invoiced very close to each other.
Yeah. I think the only invoice I've got coming in this year is the Evil Dead Ash, and I'm hoping. I'm hoping that can stave off to after Christmas, because that's 300 quid I don't have that I don't want to spend.
Yeah.
So that's about me done till Christmas.
Yeah.
But the Captain Marvel, it is what it is. This I'm quite interested in though. The So Toys Night Vigilante. So they've shown the final pictures and people have started getting this in hand. Yeah. But for the life of me, I couldn't find I
saw them
find anywhere that had it in stock that was selling.
I saw them pop up on Facebook, and I just couldn't find them after that. I didn't know what group they were in or anything. But from what I saw, it looked okay. I think you were quite interested in this, weren't you? When they,
I really like this. I'm quite tempted. The thing is, when I look at the costume, it just looks like a Bale Batman costume repainted. There's bits of it where I go, it looks a bit like that, but. If I could get this for just over 100, I'd probably jump on it, because I think it would go quite good with, you know, a BVS Batman, or you can fudge it into the Arkham stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it kind of it fits in quite well. So yeah, and the head sculpts on this look way better than the Robin. That looked a bit like Neville Longbottom. So yeah, I like this. I like the buttons and stuff.
Oh, we've still got Loki as well from Endgame. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And Andre has preempted the next one very well. So we've got the Damn Toys Godfather. This is the formal version. So there's this version, and there's the even older version where he's out. Yeah, where he's been out and he's got a bag full of oranges, and then he collapses and dies in his allotment. But Andre says
early onset of diabetes version.
It is. Damn Toys Godfather is one of my favourite figures I bought this year. I mean, it looks stunning. It looks fantastic. Really impressed with this, and I think it's a long time since Hot Toys did their one, and that's always been one of these, you know, grails, and it's been ridiculous money. I think Entebbe did a quarter scale one, didn't they? And that was good as well.
Yes.
But this looks brilliant. I mean, what is it, 250, 260, something like that? And you get the chair, you get the table, you get the, you know, the whiskey
Dead
and
cat.
all that thing. Yeah. And the tailoring's pretty.
Anytime they give you an animal, they always just look dead.
They do. I mean, that looks dead on his lap there. But yeah, that sculpt, the picture in the middle is from Ryan Corkery. He's got it in and he posts the pictures up, and I just think that looks fantastic.
Ryan Smith says looks as good as Hot Toys, if not better. I'd say that looks better.
Yeah,
Way
definitely.
better.
Because I think you get 2 head sculpts, and I think the other one isn't as strong. I think this is the best one, but I think I'd be tempted because it just looks really good.
Damn Toys are really good.
Yeah, they are
a really good company. Yeah. They don't get enough praise. Really. They don't. They tend not to release a great deal.
No. So
it's nice to see something from them. But yeah, I'd pick this up. I mean, I'm not a massive Godfather fan, but I'd still pick it up.
I wasn't, but I've kind of come to it recently, and I think just the strength of that head sculpt would put it on my radar, because that looks fantastic.
It is very good. It is very, very good. And then we've got Present Toys, Agent 007 for £119. Low res picture aside, this is it's nice that they finally brought something out. But again, I don't know why people can't do Daniel Craig.
Yeah. There's like 1,000,001 different head sculpts, and I don't think anyone's nailed it, have they?
No, I've seen some custom ones that are really good.
Yeah.
And it always makes me, because obviously we know a lot of these stuff is just recasts of other stuff, and it always makes me wonder when they go and nick a shit head to copy. You think, of all the ones you could have nicked, why'd you nick that one?
Yeah, get a decent one. But there was like a guy, I don't know if it was on Facebook, one of the forums, that had sculpted one himself in ZBrush, and it was really good actually. Stronger than they got his funny lip pout down to a T. And is this meant to be from No Time to Die, or is it a very late Spectre job?
I think it's Spectre, because I think he wears that suit in Spectre.
I don't remember him wearing that suit in No Time to Die. So
no, definitely.
We're kind of like 6 years behind with this one. It looks alright, but I mean
that head with the glasses on looks as though it's a fucking spitting image puppet. It just
that's bad.
Right in the
slightest. Bad with it, and I don't know, the jacket looks a bit big, because his stuff's very tailored, very like tight, like the trousers are skin tight, and so it all looks a little bit too oversized to me.
And I can't figure out that accessory panel. Are they showing off the fact he doesn't have a belt? Like,
apparently that's a big thing, isn't it? Because didn't Zach and Dean have some big argument about that? And apparently he never does wear a belt because he's got braces. You can see the braces, and in No Time to Die, he's got the braces on, hasn't he? At the end, when he gives his jacket away, so he doesn't have a belt. But I think,
yeah, it's a bit of a random one.
Yeah.
And then we have the Woo Toys
Yes.
80009.
This is my favourite.
Soldier for 120, or as we like to call it, another Rocky Girls bowling figure.
Yeah.
This is just shit. I don't know what it was thinking.
It's just become like a show favourite. It's that one where we're just thinking like we just need to buy it because it's hilarious. I mean, this one's infinitely better than the other one because at least you get some cool weapons and stuff.
Yeah, but that's not saying the lies.
It's not. It's
still
not.
not great.
It's not.
It's not great. I mean, if you want a really old down and out Stallone, then
Hobo
fine.
Stallone.
Yeah, Hobo Stallone.
Yeah.
Then fine, but it's just not for me in the slightest.
No.
No.
One of the definitely contender for one of the worst head sculpts of the year, I think.
Oh yeah. It's that fucking chin. It's huge. We've got some weird figures that have been released because there's this I don't quite understand, and then I don't understand this next one of the SW Toys baseball player number 45 last swing YRT 6-scale figure. What a fucking mouthful. Now I'm not a big Michael Jordan fan. I foolishly just thought he only went off to play baseball in Space Jam, but it looks like he must have actually gone off to play baseball at some point.
He did. He didn't do that well. Yeah, I mean, the head sculpt looks alright. I don't know if it's it must be a recast of an Enterbay or something like that.
I'm guessing so.
But I don't know why anyone would want this, to be honest.
No.
You know, he's a basketball player. That's why he's well known and one of the best ever. And his baseball career was a bit of an embarrassment, I think. I think he spent most of it in the lower leagues, to be honest. So it's very odd.
It seems like a really weird choice of figure to put out. But SW Toys do that though, don't they? They do pick some random stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We shall see if anyone actually picks it up. But so let's have a look at what else is coming up.
Coming soon.
This looks good.
Yeah.
I am so unbelievably tempted by this.
As well as the 6-scale one.
No, I would cancel the 6-scale one and get this. It's beautiful. I love it.
What are we talking about, Ian? Come on.
So, for the people at home listening in on the podcast, they've just heard me ejaculate over a figure. This is the Hot Toys quarter scale Batman. So the special edition will cost you £456 April to June 2023. Now I've got that price off Sideshow. So bear in mind, if you do go down the Sideshow route, there's postage and fees on that. So you can probably add about another 120, 30 odd quid on top.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that toy companies are finally starting to give us busts to go with, so we can display some of this extra stuff. I like the fact that you get the empty cowl, the sonar head, the Bruce Wayne head, the normal Batman head, the EMP gun, the sticky bomb gun. That base is fantastic.
It is, yeah.
It's everything here I really like. And I don't, if they're going to re-release a figure because they want to keep hold of the license, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
Obviously the base figure is going to be the same.
Yeah.
They're always going to do that, which is fine, not a problem. But they've given you a completely different base. They've given you the backpack. They've given you, they've made it different enough where I wouldn't get the ump about it.
And the original figure was fantastic as well, and everybody raved about that. But the base is really cool. So it's kind of like a gargoyle, like an eagle head, and you've got the portraits of some of his. And you've got Ra's al Ghul in there, and Bane.
Yeah.
It's in there, is he? Yeah, and Joker and
You've
stuff.
got Raspberry and Joker, yeah. What I like about it is you can turn it round. So if you don't like the heads, you just turn it round.
Yeah, exactly. And it just looks like he's on the top of a big building or something. Yeah.
What I quite like about these quarter scale bases is when you consider them with the quarter scale figure, they're way too big. Like they're massive. I can't even fit my Vader if I assemble his base properly in these giant fucking cubes. Like it's too big. So for most people who collect 6 scale, this is probably not an option. If you collect statues and stuff, then this is something, a cheaper. Sounds mad, doesn't it? A cheaper alternative for them.
Yeah. But it could be half the price of a quarter scale statue. So
But what I tend to do, what I've done with my Vader base is I use it as a base for a 6 scale figure.
Yeah.
And it acts like a bit of a Dio base, which makes it useful because it's a nice base, and I do want to just put it in the box. But
it's just the height issue.
I want this so much. Says Zero Gravitas. I looked at this, but decided to get the 1/6 with the bat pod instead as my Lowland representation.
Yeah, I think you've got to go with one, haven't you? If you want the Nolan bats, you've just got to make your choice. Obviously you're now leaning towards the quarter scale, and I think that works.
And the thing is, once this comes out, the quarter scale Joker price is going to fucking go whoop.
Yeah.
As people want to pair them up. But yeah, I like this. I'm very tempted by it.
No, it's very nice.
And then we have the big Jesse, the man himself. So the Hot Toys Jesse, he's going to set you back 220 quid about October to December. I very much like this, and I've pre-ordered it through Sideshow because I need a Jesse. I like the ARC Troopers. I think this is great. Again, I think this, let's be honest. As soon as that 5 first came out, we knew we were going to start to get Jesse, and we were going to start to get other like 5 first clone troopers. So I'm glad they did it. I mean, it's again using that, they're getting their bang for their buck out that head sculpt.
It's a bold move he's gone with that big ass tattoo though.
Yeah, well, if you're a clone, you might as well make yourself stand out different.
Yeah. Don't look like every other cunt, do you?
No, exactly. But I'm really liking this. I like my ARC Troopers at the moment. So I pre-ordered this, and I didn't do Vaughn. I just pre-ordered this. But I'm hoping we start to get some more like Zero Gravitas says here, 5s and Echoes. I think they would be silly not to do Echoes and 5s. I think they will just cane
keep churning them
the
out.
clone troopers.
Yeah.
It's easy money for them. Easy money. The thing is, when you look at the ARC Trooper armour, a lot of it is the same, but there's a lot of the shin pads are different, so they might have to retool some shin pads.
But it's still fairly cost effective, isn't it? And I think a lot of the differences are like the weapons and bits and pieces, aren't they?
Chest armour's the same. Majority of them have 2 pistols. Most of them come with that backpack.
Yeah.
I think they'd be stupid not to, because a lot of it is just paint with a few tweaks. But so I'm worried that the license is limited to the final season. See, I don't think that's the case. I think we will start to get other stuff because it makes sense for them to cane this Series 7 Clone Wars, but if they only had the license for Series 7, it would have Series 7 on there.
Is there anything that's been solicited that you would say was outside of that 7? I mean, because I don't know the material. But
I mean, people go on about Cody, but they did Cody has an episode 3. And as soon as they did Cody, that was when I knew whatever else came out after that to do with the Clone Wars was always going to be a realistic portraits and stuff like that, because they could just reuse it. I reckon we'll see more, and it might not be this year, next year, but we will definitely see.
I think if the sales are strong, then
look at how popular these troopers have been.
Yeah,
they would be absolutely insane. I reckon what we'll start to see is at some point we're going to get a regular trooper, just an unmade white plain shiny trooper. Yeah, we're going to start to see a few like that, and then we'll start to get a few of these other kind of no name clones that have popped up, you know, your one and dones. Well, they're just going to cane it for as much as they possibly can.
Exactly.
But I'm very much liking this and have got it on pre-order, so I cannot wait to get me some more clones. Apart from this next one though, which is the Hot Toys Vaughn at 191 quid at the same time. So this is just a straight out Cody repaint. I'm hoping that what they do is they repaint a 501st and just shove the pauldron, the shoulder pad on it and the new helmet, because so we don't get that arm issue we had with Cody.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just a bit of a repaint of a Cody helmet on a 501st, really.
Okay.
And Vaughn, I couldn't think of who the fuck Vaughn was, so I had to Google it. He's a cunt that gets lost in some tunnels and dies.
Oh, okay.
He's literally in like a handful of episodes in the last series, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
So what makes you think they've gone for him then over others that may have been more prominent
reuse.
in the just
all down to
it's
reuse.
easy. Yeah,
it's a piece of piss easy figure. I think they've gone through and they probably have pictures of all the clones that they want to do from Series 7, of like all the clones, named clones for argument's sake, and they go, that's the same as that, that's the same as that, that's the same as that. They're the ones we do. It makes sense as a company for them just to reuse what they have.
And I like the fact that the irony of it is that they know that you boys, you clone boys, are just going to go mad for maybe not all of them, but a big bunch of them. And the funny thing is that you've got the stormtroopers who aren't clones, but they are all identical. So there's only so many you can have. Whereas actually the irony is that these clones, there's so much variety in them because they've all done their own little bits to their armours and stuff that actually, you know, there is an ongoing market there because people are going to want to get every single one. And
I think because the stormtroopers were always presented to you as the bad guys. These are the bad guys. We don't want you to like these. Whereas the clone troopers, all the way through the Clone Wars and the prequels, were always the good guys.
Yeah,
like they were always the good guys until Episode 3, where they were suddenly the bad guys.
Yeah.
So you kind of you liked these characters.
Yeah.
You know, and the whole Clone 7 series of Clone Wars really built them up as individual people, as opposed to just, well, you're all just mindless clones, because actually they weren't mindless clones. They were quite individual and had their own style. So it ended up making it quite tragic that it was like, okay, all your individuality, boom, gone, wiped out.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see what else we get. But yeah,
I think we're far from done with those. I think.
Yeah, big time. And then while we're on the Hot Toys train, we have the No Way Home Spider-Man integrated suit. So a bit of a car crash between the two suits. 218 quid for the standard and 326 for the deluxe, out January to March 2023.
Yeah, which comes with the big ass diorama base with Doc Ock arms, which are posable, and the little the goblin grenade things, aren't they? Yeah, I like it. It looks good.
I quite like the suit. I think this is probably one of my favourite suits so far, like the combination of the two. It's a little bit frustrating that the exclusive bits are the half head sculpt.
Yeah.
And the and the base. Like if it was just the base, it probably would have been a little bit better for me.
Yeah, because obviously with the deluxe one you're getting 3 head sculpts, unmasked, half unmasked, and masked.
I'd laugh my tits off if it was just a bit that plonked on top.
Yeah, that was debated, but there's
I
obviously
don't think it is because
it isn't because where it comes down. Yeah, so I mean that's unheard of these days, is to get 3 head sculpts with a 6 scale figure.
But look at all they're charging, 326.
Oh, I know, it's big time, big money. I think my favourite suit thus far of all the Spider-Mans is that the PS4 one with the white spider
the
on
advanced
it.
suit.
Yeah, I love
really
that one.
like that.
It's just really striking.
Yeah, the Spider-Man game has some of the best suit designs ever. like they're all really good because they draw heavily on the comics and every type of Spider-Man that's been out. So yeah, I agree with you there. I think that's good. But on the whole, I think this looks good. I mean, I want to watch the film. I'm not going to rush out to the cinema to see it, but
we're going to go and see it. That's going to be our Christmas Eve family movie this year. We're going to go and see that and have something to eat and that. So I mean, it's good timing. It's a month away, so this was only announced a couple of days ago, and obviously he's got people salivating over the bad guys, really. You know, are they going to do an official Ock and Goblin and whoever else is in it? You know, you'd hope so. Be good. Good to see them.
It would be good if they did.
It. Yeah,
it would be good
because those third-party figures were really good. And obviously, Hot Toys can do a better job, but they'll charge twice as much. You know, I imagine Ock would be pretty expensive. If they do him, but I'd like to see him give it a go.
Yeah, me too. So we've gone from this, which is quite good.
Do you think we'll get a? Sorry, do you think we'll get they'll do a Doctor Strange from it as well? Because I think he's in it quite a lot, isn't he?
There's a bear shit in the woods. Like
Exactly.
It's money. They're definitely gonna want. Yeah, they're gonna do that. 100%. We're getting that. I think we're going to get that, and as soon as the film's released, we'll start to see announcements for some of the villains. And maybe, depending on if you believe it or not, some of the other Spider-Men, we'll start to see stuff. Big time. So, we have the Eurus Studio Raven. Studios Raven Blade, 121 quid at May 2022. Everything but the cape on this looks good to me. The rest just looks like trash.
Yeah, I think what the problem is, and I saw like a side by side. So he's got a very sort of intricate textured costume, and they've kind of gone, well, I'll tell you what we just do is we'll just get a flat bit of material and just print loads of lines on it. Yeah. The cape is awful, and obviously you've got a little piece on the chest there that, and maybe the bit that hangs down between his legs. It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because I don't think we're going to get any other version of him. Yeah. And like as the guys are saying, viewed from 6 feet away on your shelf, looks fine. But obviously, once you get in close and actually have a proper look, it's going to come across as a bit cheap.
And I suppose, to be fair, it's not a centerpiece figure. It is a accompanying figure.
Yeah, exactly.
I suppose for 120 odd quid, it's not bad, is it? It's not terrible.
So we've now got this guy. We've got the woman. We've got the wizard.
Just a big fella, innit?
I don't know. I think we'll ever get the big fella, unless somebody's going to use that kingpin as a body. I was going to say because that's about the right size, isn't it?
We got a 20-foot kingpin, so nothing's off the table at the moment.
Exactly.
You know, a life-size mini-me is a kingpin, like no.
Yeah. Yeah. So you know, are they ever going to? Is someone actually going to complete the line, kind of thing? If these are the ones you're collecting. Okay.
So Zero Gravitas comes up with a good point. Never mind the Black Order. I wish third parties were doing an Infinity Gauntlet for Thanos that could actually snap. Yeah. That's not a bad shout. Not a bad shout at all, though, actually. So, yeah, this is what it is, 120 odd quid. Don't mind it. Yeah. So, we also have the Toys Battalion, The Foe. It's got a bit of a neck on it. I don't mind this.
I like what they've done with the name, The Foe. Defoe.
I like that.
It works. It's genius.
They get points just for the name.
They do. They do. And they've got the bust. Your new. So you get 2 sculpts. You get one that isn't bad, and the grinning one's a bit scary. Like
it's a bit.
I don't know. Yeah.
Looks yellow as well.
Yeah, it does. I think that's badly lit there, but yeah, I don't know. I think he's cool, and obviously, you know, he may or may not be appearing in the new movie. I think I'd rather have the actual Goblin suit, than just a bust of it. Because again, it just boils down to it's just a guy in a suit and a trench coat. And I don't know. I think those like everyone's done. Well, most people have done a Bruce Wayne at some point, and then it just kind of it's just boring, and it's the sort of figure that you get rid of.
The only way Bruce Wayne ever looks good is if he's in the Batsuit, or if you've got him as part of that like armory display, where you've kind of got Alfred and him and the suit in the background and all of that. But when you just have a series of figures and he's just standing there in a posh suit, it just
gets a bit boring, and you're like, I can ditch him and I've got room for someone else then. So
when you think of all the shit you can have a figure of, you kind of go, a man in a suit isn't really high up there for me.
No, that would make issue with it, but if that's your thing, it looks okay. Looks all right.
It floats your boat.
Yeah, exactly. And he's got a base where he's standing on flames, which is brilliant. I like that.
He's just burning his feet.
Yeah, don't really get that, but
Yeah, if it tickles your pickle, then fair enough.
Yeah.
And then we've got the Red Toys Shark Chief for £130 out March to June 2022. So I was listening to the CW boys. This is meant to be an upscaled version of the company now, the
McFarlane.
That's the kiddie.
It was the Bath, wasn't it? The Builder figure from.
That's it. Yeah. I don't mind this.
So,
this doesn't offend me.
Do you know what offends me is when you put Red Star Toys Shark Chief in the chat. I thought it was going to be Brody from Jaws. I was really excited. I thought, oh cool, someone's doing a Brody, and then I go, it's the King Shark guy. I don't want him.
I like that. Yeah,
Shark Chief. It makes more sense, doesn't it, to be Brody than King Shark? But,
I didn't even clock, but yeah, you're right. You're 100% right.
But it looks good. It comes with it's got an interchangeable head, which the Hot Toys doesn't. So obviously it does give you a seam around the neck there. But
I don't think the seam's that bad though.
No, it's not, because you can just see it as like folds, like his double chin or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like because he's a bit chunky.
Yeah.
You can kind of forgive it. And £130, mate. I don't think you can go wrong.
Yeah. I think they were saying that it's a bit more of a difficult situation because obviously the Hot Toys, because it's a power pose, it's not that much more expensive. I think it's like 30, 40 quid more.
Like 160.
Yeah, so you're only about 30 quid difference, and obviously probably those and the paint apps and stuff will probably be stronger than the Hot Toys. But do you want one that you can pose a bit? You've got interchangeable heads.
That's the thing. I'd rather have the extra heads, the extra accessories. The swap out head, the posability, all for 30 or quid less.
I think so. Yeah.
So, and plus, he's not. I can't see him being that big a King Shark fan that they would really quibble that much over it.
No,
I think most people would probably want the one with the most accessories, and if it's cheaper, it's a bonus.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and. It'll probably come out before the Hot Toys one as well, so at least it'll give you an option to check it out and see what people think, and if it's decent, then you can go for it and pass on the Hot Toys. But if it turns out it's garbage, then you've always got the
we've got Hot Toys on a full back.
Hot Toys to kind of fall back on, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we have also the B Toys Gotham Police 155 to May to August. That's how much I don't give a shit. I struggle to even read the name out. Honestly, how much more Ledger Jokers do we need? And do we really need another one of him dressed as a cop?
Yeah,
again, at least back in the day when Hot Toys did it, it was something different. But it's been done
definitely
so many times.
Yeah. It's and again, is that the representation of the Joker that you want in your collection?
Yeah, exactly. It just, and it doesn't even look that good. Like the heads just look. I mean, it's great that you get two head sculpts.
The one on the left looks like, to me, like what's the name of the Anton de Beck from Strictly Come Dancing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. If someone gave Anton de Beck a Chelsea smile,
definitely. They've got the grin. That's his grin down to a T. That is.
That is a bit of Anton.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
me, yeah. No, that's. I mean, it's cheap as chips, but it's I say it's cheap as chips. 155 quid, ain't cheap. So yeah, it's a no from me.
Yeah,
I don't think I'll be doing that one.
And is the Hot Toys one? Is it an expensive figure these days, or is it something you can pick up?
You can get it relatively cheap. So
So-
the Hot Toys one was part of a pack
The
where you
double
got
pack,
the
wasn't it?
Joker, and then you got the head sculpt and the clothes. So they never
Right.
they didn't give you a body, so you just chucked it on a spare body. But so what you tended to get was a lot of people just sold that off, kept the Joker in the purple coat, and just fucked off the other stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah. So you're probably
yeah, 'cause
better
I
off
had
looking
it.
for one of those.
I've owned it before.
Yeah, I
got
think
it in
I
trade
remember you
plus some
having. Yeah,
stuff. And it lasted like 5 minutes before I moved it on because it just wasn't worth the aggro.
no.
But yeah, and then we have the Toys Turbo Studio Crazy Attorney. Now this is good for 140 quid.
Yeah.
Q1, Q2, 2022. Who was it who originally made this? Wasn't it like Asylum Studios or something like that?
They're the same ones that made the Riddler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember.
And they went for a fortune because everyone wanted them.
Yeah.
I quite like this.
Yeah.
I quite like this. Don't get me wrong, I think the paint could be better.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
for
it looks a bit.
140 quid, I don't mind putting a bit of paint to it.
Yeah. Yeah, the likeness
And
looks okay, and obviously you're getting the two head sculpts there, one grinning
Yeah.
and one.
They've done the trick with the small wrist pegs as well
Yep.
to try and hide it.
Yeah.
But on the whole, not bad. I would, if I had the Batman Forever bats.
Yeah, and obviously we've got those guys coming out sometime maybe back in the next year, is it? So it's a good timing
Early
to
part
start
next
getting
year,
some
I
of the. I expect we'll see somebody knocking off the Riddler one. I mean, I don't think those original ones were licensed anyway, were they? Huh? What? What did I say?
Like someone wanking off the joke.
Oh, well. knocking one out.
Yeah, knocking him off.
I don't know. They weren't licensed anyway, were they, those ones? So I suppose you can't really... These people aren't really doing anything different to what they did. But yeah, no, I think it's good. If I'm not a massive fan of the Batman Forever, it's a million times better than Batman and Robin. But it's not my kind of vision of Batman. I know Eddie loves it, so it'd be good, if he's picking them up to pick this guy up and possibly the Riddler. They're bound to do the Riddler.
100%. They're going to do the Riddler, definitely.
Coming soon. TTS 002 Edward Nigma. What would they call him though?
Yeah. What could you call him? It'd be something like the Enigma or something like that, or the mystery, or the
mystery
question
man. Yeah.
Well, knowing some Chinese figures, it'd be something roughly masturbatorial based, like the wanking mystery or something. Right? It would be something. Yeah. The lazy whisper or something like that.
Yeah.
So we also have Mars Toys again. With is Mars? No, yes, it is Mars Toys. Sorry, Mars Toys.
Yeah, Mars
the
Toys.
MAT008. Yeah, Mr. Mike.
Yeah,
for the
Mr.
rest of us.
Mike Ehrmantraut.
130 quid. Q1, Q2, 2022.
Everyone's favourite public car park attendant. I do love him. I think he's great, and
he is good.
I don't know. Some of the sculpts are fantastic of him, and I this one looks good on the left. Looks a little bit like Ben Kingsley on the right there, but it's one of those ones where he's got such a distinctive face that it's a lot easier to sculpt than your generic pretty boy kind of. He's a very, very distinctive looking guy with those ears and stuff. He's a great character. He's obviously he's in Breaking Bad, and then he's in Better Call Saul as well. And I do like him when he's on screen. So it's a good. He's got some decent accessories and stuff.
I think we said it before though. Like I'm just.
But who's
certain
buying
TV programs? I'm just.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And like everyone's all over the Squid Game now. But if they're bringing figures out in 10 years' time, and there's not been any other series, or there's been another series, no one's going to be buying those figures, are they? In 10 years.
And that's the thing. I just don't think they've got the legs. I don't think it's going to be something that even given a year, 2 years time, that we're sitting there going. Squid Game.
I know, but they keep going because even after this, I think the day after they've announced they're doing an orange hazmat suit for the Chicken Man. So they're not giving up. They're still think they've got some legs in Breaking Bad. Yeah.
Someone must, for them to keep making them. Someone must be buying them.
Yeah.
But yeah, if that's what people like.
Yeah.
And then we have the Accused Studio, 1/6 game scale, the Game Guard, as we just mentioned. A nice little segue.
Quite well, didn't I?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't pick this up because I don't know what's going to, like we just said, in a year's time, I'm just going to be a bit like, do I want it? But at the moment, this isn't too bad. You get a fair bit of stuff. I like, you get the 3 masks, the camera on the chest, the guns. I like the box that they give you. I think that's a really nice touch. But again, I just don't think I'm going to pick it up because I just don't know what the crack is with it in a year's time. So
it looks really good. It's definitely the best representation of it I've seen so far in terms of the outfit and the guns and I like the camera rig and stuff and the fact that you get the 3 heads because to be honest, you're not going to want one of each because there's not really a lot of difference. If it was me, I'd go triangle because they're the guys that have the machine guns, and that would work for me. But it's good that you get the options there because I think the other ones that we saw were like there was 3 different versions, whereas this one's better. It covers all the bases, if you like.
Yeah, it's a decent base figure that you can pick. You don't have to buy 3 of them to get the mask you want.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a nice touch that the box it doubles up as a coffin. It's a little bit big for a coffin because obviously you got to get that the figure and accessories in there. But it's a good, it's a nice little touch.
Yeah, it's a good shout. Yeah. But I just don't know.
I enjoyed the series, and obviously I think they're already working on series 2, so it's got a bit of legs in it. And if this comes out soon, and you got it when season 2 comes out, I think it. But again, is it one that's going to stand the test of time? And I've said it over and over again that my collection, things come and go, but the things that stay are the things that I grew up with and that I've got an emotional attachment to. And I think TV shows tend to come and go, don't they? But we're still watching Star Wars and Goonies and like stuff from the 80s. It doesn't go out in and out of kind of fashion in the same way. So yeah, but no, it does look good and a good selection of hands and stuff there.
Yeah, I mean it ticks the box. I mean, we talk about them still making stuff, but I can't believe people are still making things like this. So it's the Hey You Toys Undefeated Myth, 190 quid at Q1 2022.
Yeah, I stuck it in there because I just quite like the look of it, and obviously it's got some real, a lot of these they've finally got into doing proper chainmail on figures, which is good because nobody was doing it, and I think all the kind of cloth imitations of it just look awful. So it's good. But I don't know that this guy, I don't know what this is. I think it's just a pure...
I thought it was from Gladiator. I thought it was one of the Gladiators.
I don't recognise him. Don't recognise him. And I've seen that film quite a lot. He could be in it, but I think, to be honest, I think they're just kind of going with their own stuff now. And I think there's like a, there are collectors that just buy all these Gladiator figures and stuff. I thought it looked pretty good. but I'd say I don't really know if it has any links with anything. Or
it's nice. It's nice to see them do a figure like this and just give it a seamless body. Yeah. Because normally they kind of go, well.
Yeah, they have like the awful knees and the yeah.
Because you can get away with it on the shoulders and the elbows and stuff, but the knees, and because the legs are never textured, it's just
they always look terrible, don't they? So
they always look awful. So it's nice to see that they've thought it through, given a a silicone body.
Yeah. I just thought it looked interesting. So
This next one looks interesting, Pete. The Blitzway Hunters Day After World War III. This is the White Ghost, £330 at Q2 2022. You snuck this one on the show sheet. I'm glad you did because I really like it.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I'm assuming it's a game. It looks very much like it's a computer game.
I don't
know. I mean, it comes packed with accessories. You got some really cool weapons and stuff. The robot dog is brilliant with this mask that comes on and off. And I think what drew me to it was kind of the gas mask, like the World War One style gas mask with the wooden hat on and everything. And I just thought it looked brilliant. I thought it just looked really different, and it just looked really well done. And the clothing and accessories and stuff. As I say, I don't know anything about it. I mean, it might be. I'm sure it's something that Dean probably knows a lot more about it, or someone because it's obviously got a sort of Japanese. Connection to it as well with the armor and everything, but it looks cool, and the base is cool and everything. So it looks something a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, I quite like that. I quite happily have that in my collection.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like I say, I like the little dog. The base is good.
Yeah,
I like the weapons. You get a fair bit.
The dog looks like a Bluetooth speaker. Yeah, he's got a little aerial on his back.
We've got Mark in the chat. Hello.
Hey, old Mark. Top boy.
So yeah, I'd get that. I would.
Yeah,
I'm not so sure about this next one though. I probably wouldn't pick it up. But this
is just weird.
This is strange. So this is the AC Play Gnome Killer Elven Archer, £140 at Q1 2022. This looks like a... Yeah, looks like somebody plays Dungeons and Dragons Wet Dream.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, you can see that. See this popping up on Live and Let Dice. And it's funny because it doesn't say the gnome killer bit. But that was when on here, but on when I was on 1/6 kit, it was like the gnome killer. I was like, oh wow, that's even more interesting. What is it from? Why is she killing gnomes? I mean, gnomes are bastards. We all know that.
They fish everywhere. They shouldn't be doing that.
No, and they. What was the film with the R.L. Stein one with Jack Black as R.L. Stein? They were the
Goosebumps one.
That's it. Yeah. There was a load of gnomes in that, wasn't there? And they were bastards.
Yeah, it was Day of the Gnomes, weren't it? From
that's
the book.
it. So it's an odd one. It's an odd. We like to have something a bit weird in there.
It is random.
Yeah,
it is really. Yeah. And the thing is, 1/6 scale, you do get some really random stuff in there.
You do.
Yeah, that was weird.
But I think it just sums up the filters of definitely, Mark.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I think it's just is a testimony to the variety of the 1/6 market now, and just the fact that there's just so much stuff popping up from all these companies you've never heard of, and
there's something for everyone in there at this point.
3 days ago, our show sheet was pretty light, and then all of a sudden, bang, 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 and we've got like another half an hour chat to go. So
it's strange, isn't it? Because normally the week after the show, hardly anything gets added to the show sheet because there isn't really anything. And then it gets to kind of the Monday when I write the show sheet up, the
second week,
and put it onto Google Drive, and then bang, suddenly everything hits, and we're just constantly updating the chat, going, I've added this, I've added that, put that in, I've added that
there's
in.
2 more here,
it just suddenly explodes.
So it's good. It's a very buoyant market, and obviously with the we talk about it a lot, but with the prices of the the big names just skyrocketing, I think there's definitely these companies are coming in, and it gives people a cheaper option, or it allows people to start collecting that just can't afford the prices that they are. If you're trying to build a collection, so
100%.
It's all good, and I think we're going to see some weird shit. It's just going to happen.
So, yeah.
And this might be somebody's absolute grail figure, and we just laugh at it and not understand what it is. But it doesn't mean to say it's not.
No, it will fit
It's
in
not
right
welcome.
on some of the Python groups.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
I love all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But this next one, I really want. This is the Z Production Metal Legend 2 Sons of Liberty. So they've shown it. Couldn't find a price or a release date. But I don't give a shit. I want it. I really, really want a Solid Snake. I'd have to sort that neck out though.
Yeah.
I want it.
You got to wind that
I
in.
want it.
Definitely.
I want it. When I played Airsoft, I got a Tokyo Mori Sokum, and it was the best pistol ever.
Yeah.
Because it was a fixed slide, so it was dead silent. It came with the laser unit underneath, the giant fucking suppressor. Like
Cool.
It was just a homage to Metal Gear, and I think my mate's still got one, and I'm going to if I get this, I'm getting it. I'll buy it off of him.
Is that the one on the
display with
left?
it. On the left, yeah.
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 Those look cool. Yeah.
Brilliant bit of kit. But yeah, I like this. I know the guys at CW were kind of ripping into it, but fuck them all. This is amazing, and I want it.
Dean was a fan.
It's Metal Gear. Yeah, I think anyone who loves Metal Gear will be all over this.
Yeah.
I think if you're a passing fan of Metal Gear, or you're not that into it, you're not gonna. You ain't gonna touch it, because really, Metal Gear is one of those licenses that no one's really touched. We got a lot of stuff from the Phantom Pain, which varied really in how good it was, but we haven't had a great deal from Metal Gear.
There was a figure from the third one, wasn't there?
So Hot Toys did
the
the
third
boss.
one with the
So Hot Toys did Big Boss and the boss.
Yeah.
Yep, and then who was it? Yes, the one with the crocodile.
Yeah.
Was a fuck it, I can't remember the name of the company now. I used to have one.
Because it was
Medicom.
It was from the
Medicom.
it was the prequel game, wasn't it? Was it a prequel game?
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, Snake Eater. So
That's
Snake
it,
Eater,
yeah,
you had the Russian uniform, the tiger stripe, and there was another one as well, and then you also had the In Flames version, which was the company was called In Flames.
Yeah.
And that came like a riot shield and stuff. That got really expensive. And then the Hot Toys Snake came in like the Russian sneaking suit, which everyone was a little bit like,
I remember that one. Yeah.
fuck,
Yeah.
what? Like everyone just wanted the tiger stripe.
Yeah.
And then the boss was also a really good figure. So there's been quite a bit from 3 and Phantom Pain. Not a lot from 1 and 2. And then I think then obviously we had Raiden as well. From the Revengeance game. So
correct. Yeah.
They've Hot Toys have dabbled. But not a lot from Metal Gear 1 and 2. So yeah, if they do Raiden as well, then the pair of them are just a instant. Yep, I don't care how much. Take my money. I want them. I like this little poncho. I like the way you get the little cigarette. I love all his gear. Yeah, fantastic. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, it looks
Be
good.
all over it, mate. All over it. And then the mirror of you might as well go through this because you're a bit more familiar with it.
Well, yeah, ish. I just keep an eye on the Exo6 group forum page on Collector Freaks, and obviously Nanjin's quite productive in there, so he puts little teasers out, and so this is the latest from Exo6. So they've basically just put a little teaser out that says "Mirror, Mirror." So obviously it's teasing figures from the Star Trek Mirror universes, which normally tend to be kind of like evil versions of the normal universe. I think there's obviously been a Mirror, Kirk and Spock, Uhura and Sulu, I think, from the original series, and then you had obviously the sort of the they didn't call it the Mirror, but the Mirror universe in Discovery, where Giorgio came from, and I think they had it in. Someone said they had it in Voyager, but I don't know what figures, what characters.
Pretty much had it in all of them. They had it in Voyager. They had it in DS9, and I'm pretty sure they had it in Next Generation as well at some point.
Yeah, so I think it's.
Might be wrong about Next Generation, but
I don't remember it in
sure
Next Gen. But yeah, they probably have, even if it was just one episode or something. So I think it's a wait and see. You know who they're going to bring out, but I like the fact that Exo-6 are kind of really going for it. You know, they're announcing a lot of figures, they're getting figures out the door, and you know, it bodes well for Star Trek. And whilst I had the original series figures that I got rid of, if Exo-6 do Wrath of Khan, then I'm definitely getting the big three from that. Definitely love Wrath of Khan. It's an amazing film.
So Zero Gravity says, "Did you see the Unsealed and Revealed for Janeway?" Which was better. I didn't, but I'll go watch it afterwards.
No, yeah, and I haven't. But,
I mean, Janeway's a fucking terrible character. That's the problem.
I don't like Janeway. No.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan. So, look, we got to that time where we should say thank you to these wonderful, wonderful people, and let's play their shit.
Only Fools and Collecting is brought to you by Watto's Scrapyard. They 3D print parts for your hard-to-come-by Kenner vehicles. They 3D print 1/12 and 1/6 scale head sculpts from a massive back catalogue. If there is a particular character you want, he can design and 3D print it for you for a reasonable price. Check him out on Facebook and Instagram. Backdrops and bases displays are printed directly to substrate on foam display board using UV matte inks, so there is no fade or glare. The nameplates are precision etched using their in-house laser machine. They offer a very bespoke service designing displays and nameplates to your requirements. You can contact Backdrops and Bases via their Facebook page, Backdrops and Bases.
So hit these lovely, lovely people up if you want any backdrops, head sculpts. Amazing people, really nice, well worth giving them a shout out.
Definitely. I've put the links for both in the chat there, so if you want to pick up any of those, go and have a look. Yeah, please do. Yeah.
So this week, Pete, we don't have shenanigans because everyone has been. No one's really annoyed us. I've sent minimal amount of screenshots going, look at this fucking mong or idiot. Nothing like that. It's been great.
Yeah,
so,
it's been quiet
no shenanigans.
No.
Yeah. So we go straight into
Custom Corner.
Boom.
Boom indeed.
So, boom indeed. So we want to give Rocco a mention. Rocco, who's one of my favourite sculptors, has been doing some Home Alone stuff.
He's been very prolific recently, hasn't he? He's been putting a lot of stuff up.
From what I understand, there was something up with his Facebook account. I think it was hacked or deleted or something.
Right.
So he was only really on like Instagram and some of the forums. He's now got his Facebook account back. Right. So he's now
I've been seeing a lot of stuff because he's been putting some of his Batman, 92 Batman and
looks really
Penguin and Catwoman and all that. Yeah, it does look really good.
He's one of my favourite sculptors. Him and Inigo are up there as far as I'm concerned. They're fantastic, really good. And I would love to get the set of Home Alone heads just to paint, and then put together because that's fantastic. They look really good, particularly the robbers, Marv and
And the thing is, and they're not Harry.
Harry, that's it.
They're not going to be that difficult to put together because their clothes are a bit generic. They're not, you could get away with a representation of them, and it wouldn't matter because if you know the head sculpts, that's what it's all about. And again, with obviously Macaulay, you just need to get one of the smaller bodies, either for Star Race toys or if in the future, like the 11 body or whatever. And obviously, it'd be a little bit hard to find the clothes for him, but not impossible. And again, it's just a pair of jeans and a check shirt and a coat or whatever. But I love them. I've always loved Home Alone 2, and my boy now he's 11, and he absolutely worships them. They're like his two
same here. My
favourite films of all time,
Home
not
Alone.
just favourite Christmas films. His favourite films, and we've got him the Lego house for Christmas. He's going to love that, and I'd love to put these figures together. It'd be brilliant. I'd definitely have them on my shelf.
My boy, he likes Home Alone 1 and he loves Home Alone 1 and 2, but he will quite happily watch the other dog shit ones as well.
Yeah, I've never watched 3 and 4. I didn't mind
the premise. He loves the premise, effectively, of just having some helpless people break into a house and have the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah, that's what. Have you watched the new one, the Home
No,
Sweet
we're going to
Home
watch that on Sunday.
I really enjoyed it, and not because of the kid. The kid's are horrible. He's of no interest whatsoever. He's got no charisma or anything like Macaulay Culkin, but just the damage that he deals out to the burgers, if you like. They're not quite burgers, but it's just hilarious. It's like my boy likes the second one best, because if you look at like the first Home Alone, there's probably a couple of the traps that might have killed them, but most of them they're just getting slightly hurt. Whereas in Home Alone 2, pretty much everything would have killed them, but it doesn't, and that's the hilarious. Electrocuted, bricks to the head. It's just brilliant.
It's the iron on the face that just gets me every time.
And this new one is very much like that. There's like, right, that would have killed them. That would have killed them. They'd be dead. They'd be, and
the one scene that always gets me of all the Home Alones is when he's walking down the stairs and he's got all the tar on his feet.
Yeah.
His shoes have come off. His socks have come off, and then he stands on that nail.
And it goes in like really slow motion.
Every single time, it just makes your balls go up into your stomach, and you just go, oh, fuck no. No. So having these in the collection would be absolutely phenomenal.
I like the one where he's got the staple gun, and so he gets one in the arse, and then he turns around and gets one in the nuts as well, and then one in his nose.
It's fantastic. So
they are great.
Having these in the display in the collection, would be absolutely
if he puts these up for sale, I think I'm gonna have to jump in on them.
Yeah, getting a set would be fantastic for
classic.
those. They're spot on. And then I thought I'd give this fella a shout out. There's a guy who I bought the Clone Trooper armour off the files to print for a standard trooper, and then he also released ARC Trooper files. His name's Ricky Ma, and his stuff is really good. So I spent a day printing ARC Trooper bits back, the backpack, the forearms, the lower leg armour, the feet, the chest beat, the pouches. I've also got like the holsters, the ammo patches that all come and go like that I need to add to it. But what I effectively did, so I've got the holsters.
Okay, yeah.
That are all good, all printed. The ammo pouches as well are all there, so they all come out.
Nice.
Also the pistols as well, they've all been printed. I've just got to paint them up. So I can now do ARC Troopers, which is fantastic. So, but what I did do, which was a tiny mistake, was I forgot to. So, when I paint Stormtrooper armor, and particularly Clone Trooper armor, is I use the shabby shit paint you get for cupboards and stuff. You can get it in a spray tin, and it gives you a really chalky kind of finish. I use that because it comes out quite good.
Yeah.
The helmet, I forgot to shake the tin. And because it was dark, I kind of sprayed it. And when I came in, it was just fluff. It was like someone just poured fluff over it. And I was like, oh, fuck. I thought, I'm going to have to strip that off, and I've got nothing to strip it. But luckily, I had one of these Neo helmets that I'd printed and painted up a while back. So I thought, I'll put that on just for the meantime. And as soon as I stuck it on, I was like, quite like that on that. I think that looks quite mean. So I've ended up keeping that on this one. and leaving it on. But effectively the 3D printed parts on this are the shins, the ARC Trooper piece on the chest, the pauldron, the head sculpts, the forearms, and the rest of it is my Sideshow 501st Trooper that I was going to sell. So I thought, I'll use it as a base and I'll see how it goes.
Turned out well.
And actually having those new shins on has really tightened the legs up, because it kind of then leans on the knee pieces.
Okay.
So I plan to... The general plan is eventually to turn this one, and I've got some parts turning up. I've got broken Coruscant guard turning up. So depending on how knackered that is, the idea is to try and turn those into an Echoes and Fives, because actually this add-on stuff that Ricky's done will be perfect. Because they're the Echo legs. So and I've also got other shins for different troopers and stuff. So I'm thinking of actually just trying to get hold of as many loose and broken Hot Toys troopers as I can, to be able to just do a few of those clones, so I don't have to wait. Obviously I've got Jesse coming, so I won't have to do that.
Well, and it's going to save you a lot of money as well.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, there was a bit of rescaling I had to do to the forearms, and the next ones I do, I'll probably make them slightly bigger. But the majority of it, I was really happy with how it turned out. The annoying thing is I had the backpack, and the backpack was absolutely perfect. What I did do was I somehow had flicked everything through to heavy supports. Now, heavy supports you would normally use to print something quite large. And what I normally do, because I'm quite lazy with supports, is I orientate the model into a way that you won't see where the supports have been. And I normally stick it 75% supports, but make them light supports. And I'd never have a problem with anything sticking with that. And when you wash it all, if you do it in hot water, they just break off so easily. When it accidentally flipped around to heavy supports, so trying to get the stuff off was a bastard. I ended up breaking the backpack, on the ARC Trooper backpack. There's like a tube on the side. I ended up breaking that. I thought, it's okay, I can glue that. And then I thought I could magnetise that to the back of this. And then I thought, actually, I'm never going to take it off. And I think like my bobber, that one, which is a kit bashed one, which is one from the 40th additional parts, and some repainted. I think I printed the knee pads and I repainted the Jango Fett chest pieces. I've literally screwed that backpack onto the back armour. I've got the drill. I put a screw through the back armour straight into the backpack. It's on there now. It's never coming off. I don't give a shit. I was thinking of doing that. So when I put it through, I should have drilled a pilot hole, and I didn't because I couldn't be asked. And then the backpack's just gone and just split in half. I was like,
shit.
So over the weekend, I'm going to reprint that. I'll print a couple of them and the additional parts I need for this other one. And then hopefully I'd have another ARC Trooper on top of that. Because my troopers are starting to take shape, particularly with some of the additional accessories from Rex as well, mix and matching it. So I'm loving that at the moment. So my printer's coming really handy.
Well, I was going to say, this is kind of what you got them for, really. This is kind of, they're coming into their own now, aren't they? So
yeah, I like base troopers. Don't get me wrong, they're great, and the ones I printed are fine, not a problem. But the ARC Troopers, and actually just adding those additional bits to the Hot Toys or Sideshow ones, because the bits that come on those Sideshow ones and the Hot Toys ones are so much more sturdier because of how thick they are. It just makes sense to add these additional bits to it. But yeah, very much liking them at the moment. So I should have a few more of them. And then films. So what do you want to start with? Dealer's choice. No Time to Die.
You haven't seen Red Notice, so I won't talk about it too much. Just if you haven't watched it, it's on Netflix. I assume it's a worldwide Netflix thing because it's a Netflix movie.
Yeah, I think so.
Big names: Dwayne Johnson, Ryan Reynolds, Gal Gadot. It's brilliant. It's kind of a cross between Bond, National Treasure, Indiana Jones, Mission Impossible. it's kind of like art thieves, things like that. But I love it. I go so far as to say it's probably one of the best films I've seen this year.
Yeah.
It's full on action. Absolutely cracks me up. Like Ryan Reynolds is so funny. Like his one-liners and stuff, and the things he says to The Rock are fucking hilarious. And there's like you think how's this a 12? Because some of it's really close to the mark. I loved it, and I watched it again last night with my mate, and I loved it again. It's really good. So if you've not seen it, yeah, give it a watch. It's just under 2 hours, and it's a right rollicking roller coaster ride. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it does look good. It's on my list.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's about a fish. I wasn't sure, but to check it out.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's definitely. I mean, it's one of those things where you think, well, obviously it's on Netflix because I guess. Netflix funded it or helped fund it, but yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have met Gal Gadot. Yeah, she's a fine lady. And you think like it could, it warrants a cinema release. It's that good. So yeah, and there's some cool little indie nods in there as well, which is always nice. As if you're a fan of indie. Yeah, and then obviously the big one was we've both seen No Time to Die now. So we're going to have a little spoiler-free chat about that. Yeah.
What did you think?
Well, luckily it came out on digital release in the US. I don't know why it's not over here. So we were able to get on our little boats, sail the seven seas, and watch a quality presentation. And I think we both really enjoyed it, didn't we?
Loved it. And the thing is with me with the Bond films, particularly the Daniel Craig ones, is that I'd kind of gone off them a bit.
Yeah.
I think because how many are there? There's Casino Royale.
5. There's Casino Royale, there's Quantum of Solace.
Yeah.
There is Skyfall, Spectre, and then No Time to Die.
And then this one. So I need to go back and watch them because I think I've got Casino Royale. I think I've got Quantum of Solace. I'm not sure about the others. Obviously, I've got No Time to Die now, but because I remember years ago, my mum and dad bought me the 50th Blu-ray set.
Oh yeah.
So I've got them all, and then there was a space for Casino. No, was it Skyfall? There was a space, so I need to have a look. It's down here somewhere.
A couple of them already, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
so there was a space for one, and I think I put it in there. But I really enjoyed this.
I think he's it's a bit like the Star Trek, where it's the even numbered ones that are good. These are the odd numbered ones. So Casino Royale is brilliant. The Quantum of Solace was a bit weak. Skyfall was brilliant. Spectre was weak, and this one I think is good. But obviously with the big difference with is this one? It's one big story, and it's hard to. I think watching them all back to back now would be really good. But obviously this has panned out. This is this story's come out over 18 years, I think, from so it's difficult. Like because you said to me, "Oh, am I meant to know who the girl is at the beginning?" And I'm like, no, I don't think so. And then turns out she was a massive part in Spectre. Yeah. But that was 5 years ago, and I think I've only watched it the once because it wasn't that great. But now I want to go back and watch it because obviously it'll make so much more sense.
Yeah, because I was when I first turned it on, and I was like, okay, it kind of reminded me of the Lazenby one where he's like he's all loved up, and I'm like, I swear that she looks familiar, but I can't think of what. And sometimes when you watch stuff and you go, I think this is familiar because the actress or actor's been in something else.
Something else, yeah.
So I just assumed that was it, and then the more it kind of went on, I thought this is kind of playing out like I should know who she is. And there were lots of little like nods to other Bond films throughout, which I thought was quite good.
I really liked it. I think there was some like really good performances from some of the supporting cast as well. You got Anna de Armas in it, she's not in it for long, but she makes an impact. She's cool. I thought Ralph Fiennes was really good as M in this one. I liked it. I thought it had some really good set pieces. The set piece in the in the woods I thought was really good.
Yes, yeah, the wood scene was fantastic.
Yeah, the wood scene was brilliant. He was pissed off, wasn't he? He was just like, fucking have it.
The wood scene, and as soon as they're in the bunker, as soon as they're actually in, he's like, and that was like a very typical villainy base.
It was
a very Bondy type base.
It was very, very Spy Love Me, and all that kind of like the underwater.
It was
thing,
massive, but only seemed to consist of 4 rooms.
Yes, yeah.
Which was weird.
And I think the plot's quite
too much.
No, but I quite like the plot. I quite like the story and the kind of the technology and stuff behind it. But yeah, it's nice to see it eventually because it's 18 months late, and you don't really feel that apart from when another 00 turns up in her brand new 19 plate Aston Martin. And you think, oh, that's a bit of a shame. It looks a bit, so it kind of ages it a bit there. But I'd definitely recommend it. It's a long one. It's about 2 3/4 hours, but didn't get bored.
It was one of those films. I knew I enjoyed it because I didn't look at my phone. Didn't pick my phone up once throughout the whole thing. I just sat and watched it. And that's how I kind of gauge now. If I ever pick my phone up and just have a flick through on that, I think this film ain't that great because I've started to look at my phone. But I didn't feel the urge to touch it once. And
I think the thing you always get with a Bond film, even if it's not the best film, they just look amazing. Like the locations, the filming, they just ooze class. And it was a really I just thought it looked really good as well, and it was shot really well, and I think a fitting end to Daniel Craig's stint as Bond.
What I like about Daniel Craig's Bond is that he's a more fleshed out character. Yeah. He's not, in a lot of the other films, you know who Bond is because of he's just a bit of an arsehole.
Yeah.
Shags around. Mm-hmm. That's Bond. That's it. But throughout these films, you kind of get more of a sense of who he actually is.
Like the emotional side and exactly. And I think that's good about him. I like that Mark's Connery was a HR nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think tomorrow, Wheel of Time, it's out tomorrow.
Oh, is it?
We will definitely be talking about that next week.
Was that on
100%.
Netflix?
Amazon. It's on
Amazon. Okay.
So Wheel of Time's out tomorrow. Definitely going to be watching that. I'll be watching the new Home Alone, and
give it a watch. I say it's just for the punishment meted out to the adults is worth watching. I was cracking up. It's very funny. It's got. Did you watch the American version of The Office?
Yes.
You know the girl. I think is it Erin. The
replacement receptionist.
Correct. Yeah, she's the one of the main characters. She's really funny. She's really good in it. So I like
her
her.
stuff. I've seen lots of other stuff.
She's good.
Come out really good.
So it's worth a watch. Definitely. Don't worry about. I mean, it's set in the. I don't know about 3 and 4 because I've never seen them, but it's set in the same world, if you like, and it's got a cameo from Buzz.
I saw that on the tile for it.
But just kind of don't forget about Macaulay Culkin. They're classics, brilliant, never going to be beaten. But just watch it and just have fun with it. It's entertaining.
Yeah. I also got the remastered Grand Theft Auto pack. So 1 to 3. I will. Sorry, not 1 to 3. 3 Vice City and San Andreas. So I shall be playing those religiously for a week or 2 weeks, and we'll talk about them as well because they.
What do you feel? Just quickly, what are you playing them on?
Xbox One X.
And what do you think of the graphics? I've heard they're a bit ropey because
I don't mind them at all. I think if you've got a PC, don't buy them. Buy the original editions and then just do the mods. Because the mods will take it to a way better level. Don't get me wrong, it's a lazy remaster, but the games themselves are that good that just having updated controls makes them playable. Because every time I've downloaded these on anything else, the controls have always been awful, and then you give up after like the fifth, sixth mission. These, particularly Vice City, I can see myself playing that for ages, just purely because of the controls. The controls are updated, the graphics are updated. Don't get me wrong, like when I say they've lazily done it, they have literally just put a new skin over everything. Yeah. So where they have in the originals, they just had fists. So you would have stuff that they were holding that just jutted out the fist. Yeah. Now they've got hands and fingers, but if in the game I was handing them this head sculpt, it would just sit like that in the middle of their hand. Right. Because it's not touching anything. Mm-hmm. So it's times like that where it's a very lazy remaster, and I think they could have done better with the graphics. Yeah. I think they do look good because they're all stylized. The lighting effects are good. The weather effects are good. The reflections are great, but you do get the impression of the layover every now and again. It suddenly breaks. Mm-hmm. It can be a bit choppy sometimes as well, but only really in cutscenes. But on the whole, I don't. What I do like about it is if you fail a mission, it will just take you to the start of that mission again instead of making you drive all the way back. Which is quite handy. I think on San Andreas, I haven't played San Andreas yet, but I think they have actual checkpoints throughout the mission now. Okay. So it won't take you all the way to the back. Start of the mission. That'd be good. So it's not worth, if I'm honest, it's probably not worth the £50 I spent on it. Mm-hmm. I would probably wait and get it, but I just had a moment of madness and was like, fucking buying it. And I will get my money's worth out of it, but I would hold on until it drops. Mm-hmm. I'd love it if they remastered 4.
Yeah, 4 was
probably
good.
My favourite with Nico.
That's where I came into it, really. I didn't really play... I remember playing like the original top-down ones, and then I didn't play like San Andreas, Vice City, but I came to it with 4. I thought 4 was really good, and I loved 5. I played the shit out of 5 until my PS3 melted. I was very upset that I lost all of my... I couldn't bring myself to get the remastered one and start again. Yeah.
I don't think they've remastered that one yet.
No, they just brought it out for PS4, didn't they? But it was just a port over. I don't think they did anything to it. But I just couldn't. Obviously, I lost my save game. You couldn't use the save game.
Yeah, I remember now.
So I thought I can't be doing it because I'd put like 150 hours into it or something. But they are great.
You sink hours and hours into it.
Yeah. But they are good games, definitely.
Yeah, they are. Take away people. The Patreon is.
Yeah. Time of the show where we like to thank our ever-growing list of Patreon. I think we've bagged another new guy this week, which was John went and bought something from you, wasn't it? Yeah, and they got chatting, and this guy's a big fan, and he's now a Patreon. So love it. So if I can read through the names, you've got Sean Fear, Ian Seeley, René Mendes, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, Leah Hernandez, King Louis, Mark Pearson, lovely Mark. Mark and I will be in action again on Saturday night for the next episode of Ringcast. Looking forward to that. Paul Schreiber, James Colley, Joel Brader, Equan, Chris Fallon Serena, Ben Thomas, Chris Leddy, Ruben K.S. Rivera Jr., Danny Lee, Udini Martin, Stephen Crett, Big Fern, King Zach, Caesar American, Mike Cruz, Lisa Martin Bermonsky, Rick DeGregorio, Alvin Jules, John the Everyday Collector, Ricardo Valdez, Jose CZ, Erwin Asusina, The Illustrious Rayner, Bowler Boy, Jimmy James, Mario Cortez, Stephen Purchase, Sean Yahtzee, Scott Bradley, Stephen Maria Stanley, Jesse Contreras, Eddie Manzanares, Joe Corpus, Louis Bennett, Kevin Vega, Chip Perrin, Jimmy Hernandez, and Brenton Palmer. Thank you all. Bunch of angels.
Absolute beauties.
Yeah, if you'd like to join the Patreon, we have Sweet Angel tier, $5 a month, includes a sticker sent straight to your door, as well as access to Oxide Dark Replay. Certified Crispy, $15 a month. You get an official Certified Crispy certificate. On first page, assistance with figure fixed by Zach, and all the benefits of the previous tier. And the What a Guy, get a signed Collecting Weekly Live 18x24 silhouette poster. Doubles all the stickers, so you can send some to your family and friends, and all the benefits of the previous tiers. And I think we've decided it's going to be the mug, isn't it, for the new prize for the What a Guy? Yeah, we've just been dabbling in the hosts we're all doing our own mugs, aren't we? So we've both ordered our OFAC mugs, and so I think that's going to be the offer to for the What a Guy tier. I think even like if you're in America, probably actually get the mug sent to you, or otherwise, you just get the designs and the cash to do it, because obviously we used Vistaprint or something like that in the UK. But yeah, so that's
mouse mat.
Did you? Excellent.
OFAC mouse mat.
Yeah, look, Mark says, $5 gets you in the chat and stickers. What a steal! It is a steal. If you enjoy the show, the stickers are brilliant. I mean, Manny does a lot of them, and I absolutely love them. And
does really well.
You get into the Patreon chat, so you kind of get to chat with the hosts, and we always like to be available, don't we, for any kind of advice or anything anyone wants to know, or bits and pieces. So the more the merrier, really. And I think a lot of people, so obviously Mark and John and Mario, they and Eddie, they started off as Patreons, and through that they've become like hosts of the shows and stuff now. So it's good, kind of building that sort of CW family community. It's always good to have new people. So yeah, the November Patreon benefits, you get the best sticker ever made
by far,
which is the OFAC sticker of myself and Ian. That's so getting quick. We're obviously halfway through November now, and you get the Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas in the UK. Happy Holidays CW Snow Globe Christmas sticker, and then we've finalised the December one. So Collecting Weekly, the mother show is going to hit its 200 episode very soon. Congrats to them. So we've got a really cool kind of like Clone Wars, Star Wars style sticker there, and then we got the Money Mendez sticker. So another one of your favourite CW hosts immortalised in sticker form. So there's some good bits there. So yeah, definitely jump on if you fancy any of those. Right, and then we'll talk a bit about the awards. So we once again, it's coming up for that time, end of the year, the Collecting Weekly Awards. So we have 10 categories. So what we're doing at the moment is we're asking you to, if you scan the QR code there, it will take you to the form. So what we're doing at the moment is we're asking people to nominate. So you've got most improved company, best overall company, best head sculpt, best figure. That's to be changed to under $35. So we're talking about 27, 28 quid, because obviously prices of everything have gone through the roof, and I think they felt that capping it at $30 was missing out on quite a lot of figures. So it's at 35 now. Figure of the year, best non-traditional scaled figure, so anything not 1/6 or 1/12, so you can have or not a statue. So that would be things like Lego or sort of NECA stuff that's not, it's a like a 1/7 scale rather than a it's slightly different scale. 1/10 I think it is. Best 1/12 figure, best third party figure, best 1/6 figure, and best statue. So if you've got any particular figures, statues, whatever that you'd like to see kind of in the final selections, then get your nominations in, because if a particular figure or statue gets enough support, then obviously it's going to make the shortlist. So that closes on the 1st of December, I think, and then as a group we'll get together and kind of come up with the sort of the final 5. I think it is not 5 or 6. I think it was It's normally 5, but I think we had 6 for figure of the year because there was a lot of good contenders last year. And obviously then they would do the awards on CW live in December. I might try and get on there again. I had the honour of presenting. Which one did I do? Might have been third party figure. Can't remember. But yeah, and obviously, if you have a chance, if you either nominate or you vote when the final voting goes live, then you got the chance to win $100 gift card. So it's definitely worth it. It's good fun. It's always a great show, and and you get a chance to win a bit of money as well. So definitely get your votes in. We have TeePublic, so we have a selection of a lot of designs now for like they do. I think you can get mugs on there, mouse mats, masks, t-shirts. So if you fancy an OFAC t-shirt or CW, have a look on there. I should just drop the link in. Maybe I got rid of it. I'll put the Patreon link instead. There's two. See, I've run out of buttons on the Stream Deck. I think backdrops and bases knocked it out, and then the awards. So yeah, TeePublic anyway. If you want to look on there. Okay, so that's my bit done, and I'll leave Ian to take us through the network. Yeah.
To be honest, I'm probably not going to rip the shit out of it this week, just because I can't think of anything else to slag off for.
No.
So yeah, this is our network. We've got Small Talk, the small and the tiny bits of what we do. So they're the smaller figures. Really good show, well worth watching. Like I've said every week, fuck knows how they do it, because there is just shit coming out all the time.
I always enjoyed Small Talk.
Yeah,
good show.
They're good guys. Live and Let Dice, which is all Dungeons and Dragons and elves and fairies and dungeon crawling and curb crawling and all that kind of stuff. Collecting Weekly Unboxing, which is John ironically unboxing things
and then putting them straight back in the box.
Putting them straight back in with big black gloves on in his sex dungeon. So yeah, that's if you're into that kind of thing. I suppose it's cheaper than OnlyFans. We got Collecting Weekly. The kind of old podcasts getting a little bit outdated. Should probably just pack it in really. Now they're getting the 200. They're just over the hill.
Call it a day, boys.
Yeah, just pack it in now. It's getting embarrassing. And we've got in that's a collecting awesome guys, statues, all that, the bigger stuff, the more expensive stuff.
Very expensive stuff.
Yeah, that's the show that you go and listen to if you have lots of disposable income. That's for them. After Dark, which is kind of the seedier, naughtier side of Collecting Weekly. That's where they use words like fuck. So yeah, they're that sort of shenanigans and disgustingness goes to After Dark. OFAC, what can we say? With a jewel in the crown.
Here we are.
The reason people come to this network is really for us. Then we have the Ringcast, which sounds filthy, but we assure you is all about Lord of the Rings. Yeah,
so we'll be going live this Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Is that another like 3 o'clock in the morning for you? Or is that going to be at
No, because they do it. They're all right to me. It'll be about 9:30 UK time, so it's in the afternoon for them. But because it's a weekend, I said I can't do it. I've got it's got to work for me if I was going to be on it regularly. Because to start with, I was just going to do the first one. But it's good. Yeah, me, Mark, Danny, and Zach. It's good. It's good. Yeah. Good show.
And then we have Ox Plays, and they literally play anything and everything. So from scribble to dribble to anal fun, it's everything. That's our network. That is us. Give it a listen. Oh yeah, we've got clips as well. The funny little bits and pieces. You see, unfortunately, we never submit to clips because we would just have to submit the whole show because we're that fucking funny.
Exactly.
But yeah, so as we tend, it's all down to laziness. If I'm honest, I can never be bothered. But these clips, which has got the goofs and the gaffs and the laughs and all that on there. So well worth giving them a go on that their Instagram if you're a hip young kid.
The gram.
And that's us. Yeah, that is us. That is us.
Good,
I think we've powered through tonight. 2 hours. Normally we're sitting here at midnight going, I'm so fucking tired, I just want to go to bed.
That's pretty tight. That's pretty good.
That is tight. Efficient.
I think we kept on script and we didn't meander off and waffle too much tonight. So
yeah, we're learning. It's only taken 56 episodes, but we're learning. We're getting there.
It's probably a worse episode for that, but you know.
Yeah.
But as you say, I think there wasn't anything that particularly was. There was no shenanigans, and you know, we didn't really have any burning topic this show.
No, I suppose when you look at kind of the new announcements, you know, we had like Vaughan and we had Jesse, but those are although they're new figures, we've kind of seen them before. Yeah,
there's not a lot. You know, what more is there to be said about you know, the Clone Troopers and stuff? So
I don't think there was anything that jumped out as being really really ingenuitive or, you know, really stood out as this is an absolute game changer. I think it was all very much business as usual today. So we were the missionary. We were the missionary position. Of the podcast
we got the job done.
It was sufficient. It got the job. We got our heads down. We got on with it, and we got the job done. So. And on that bombshell, we will love you and all leave you. See you guys later.
Night all.
See ya. Bye.
See you next time.